Bee, and I'm Morgan Moonchild, and I'm excited to do a little Ashtanga practice with you all today. So it's a series of postures that have, there are about 4 different series of postures, and the primary series is the one that folks are most familiar with. And so we're actually going to start in a standing position at the top of our mats. So for me, I'm gonna have this be the top of my mat today. So if you wanna set yourself up accordingly. And I am just going to see if I can scoop myself back a little bit so that the top of my head doesn't get cut off. Thank you for bearing with the fun technology challenges today. So welcome wherever you are, and I invite you to bring your hands together at prayer position, standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. So you can bring your feet heel width distance apart, maybe even lift up all your toes and then bring them down to the mat one at a time, starting with your pinky, moving all the way through to your big toe. Stand up nice and tall, feel as if a string were reaching through the crown of your head. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Sigh it out. One more deep breath in, and I invite you to open our practice by greeting one another and saying Namaste. We'll drop our hands to our sides and inhale, sweep the arms up, bring your gaze up to the thumbs, and exhale, fold your arms out to your sides and fold forward, forward fold. Inhale, bring your palms up to your shins or your thighs, draw your navel into your spine, straighten through the crown. We're just in Ashtanga, we're just heading right into the Surya Namaskara A, the Sun Salutation A sequence. So exhale, bring your palms back down to the mat, drop the crown of your head, forward fold. Inhale, look up again halfway, and exhale, step the feet straight back behind you to come into a high plank. Exhale, squeeze the elbows into your ribs, and inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. We're here for 5 breaths on your own, so get comfortable, settle in, start pedaling through the feet, bending through one knee and straightening through the other leg. Trying to bring the elbow creases to shine towards the front edge of your mat. Claw through the fingertips. Couple more deep breaths here. Drawing breath in through the nose and out through the nose, bringing our Ujjayi breath in, the victorious breath, the yoga breath. On your next inhale, bring your gaze in between your hands and step your feet between your hands. Bring your palms to your shins, lift your torso up, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up overhead and bring your gaze to your thumbs. And exhale, bring the palms back to heart center. That's one rotation or circulation through the Sun Salutation A. We'll do it again one more time. If you kind of know where we're going, feel free to bring your own breath into it and move on at your own pace. Inhale, drop the palms to your sides and then sweep the arms up overhead, gaze to your thumbs. Exhale, circle sweep the arms, bring them all the way back down to the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, return your palms to the mat, step your feet back. Chaturanga, push your elbows into your ribs. Feel free to take a kneeling chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Here again for 5 breaths. Deep inhales through the nose, deep exhales through the nose. After you take a moment to pedal it out, find your alignment. Try to find a moment of stillness. Still trying to reach the tailbone to the sky. Feel free to bend your knees generously as much as you need to bring that tailbone straight up so that it's the highest point of this asana, this position you're holding. On your next inhale, bring your gaze between your hands. You can take one giant step up or feel free to take a hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up overhead, gaze to your thumbs. And exhale, return your hands to your sides so your palms are facing forward. Mountain position, Samastiti, the neutral position here, the point that we begin and end both the Surya Namaskara A and B. We are, after I adjust my mat, we're going to move into the Sun Salutation Bee. Finding this Tadasana pose at the back, at the top of our mat. And then bring your palms down to the floor and bump your hips back, straight back behind you as if you were sitting in a chair. And then inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, tuck your tailbone down so that you're trying to reach your tailbone to the earth. Zip up through the legs. Bring your knees together, big toes together, squeeze your navel into your spine. You can also take your hands at prayer position at the heart if it brings too much tension at this time to your shoulders to keep them up. And then fold forward, bring your belly to your thighs, hands to the mat, and then straighten through your legs to bring your hips up to the sky, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms to the mat, step your feet back. We're here in a high plank. We bring our shoulders over our wrists, tuck our elbows into the ribs to lower ourselves, chaturanga. And inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, curl the toes under, push your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, right away, we sweep our right leg to the sky. And exhale, step the right foot in between the hands, spiral the back heel to the mat so that back foot is at 45 degrees, and sweep your arms up to the sky, warrior one. You can check in here, make sure your hips are squared to the front short edge of your mat. If you need to bring a little more width between your feet, so instead of having heels in the same line, maybe step your feet out so you have a little more gap so you're able to square your hips. One more deep inhale here, and then exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame that front foot. Step it back, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, or meet and down dog if you need to skip all the beautiful chaturangas. We're here in downward facing dog. Ground through the right foot. Inhale, sweep the left leg to the sky. Exhale, step it up between the hands. Spiral your back foot to 45 degrees. Bring your heel down. And inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Gaze straight in front of you, warrior one on the other side. Inhale deeply and exhale. Cartwheel those hands to frame the front foot. Step it back to high plank. Exhale, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath and exhale. Inhale, step or hop your feet between your hands, forward into the forward fold. Then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bump your hips back, squeeze your knees together as if you're sitting in a chair position. And inhale, sweep your arms back up. Chair one last time. And exhale, straighten through the legs. Samasthiti. Good job, everyone. Ashtanga is about building heat, and that is what we are doing. So find another moment of stillness. One more deep breath here. And then inhale, drop your hands to the mat. Bring your hips back. One more series of the Sun Salutation Bee. We're here in chair pose, tucking our tailbone down to the floor, drawing our navel in. Legs are probably shaking. And exhale, fold your belly over your thighs, then straighten through the legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, palms to the mat, step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, dog. Exhale to down dog. Ground through the left foot. Inhale, sweep the right leg to the sky. Exhale, step it between your hands. Spiral that back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. We don't stay here long this time. Exhale, hands frame the right foot. Step it back. Chaturanga once more, or meet in downward dog. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Ground through the right foot. Inhale, sweep the left leg to the sky. Exhale, step it between the hands. Spiral your back heel to the mat, 45 degrees. Inhale, sweep the arms up, warrior one. Exhale, hands frame the front foot, step it back. Chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, bend through the knees, bring your gaze to your hands. Step or hop in between your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, drop your hips back. Sweep your arms straight up to chair pose. Check that you can still see your toes. At that your knees aren't coming in front of your toes. And exhale, release, samasthiti. Deep inhale and exhale here, but good job. You've just done 2 series of Sun Salutation A and B. We'll be moving into the next series of postures. So go ahead and bring your hands to your heart. Deep inhale, and then exhale. Step your right leg about 3 feet behind you and square both your legs to the long edge. Square both your toes to the long edge of your mat. So for some of you, it may be easier to mirror me, but in Ashtanga, we're supposed to open through the right, and I recognize that on a video that might mean your back is to me. So I invite you to do whatever feels like the right thing to do for you, whether it's mirror me or have your back to me. Hopefully my words can guide you. So take your right foot, point the toes to the back edge of your mat. You can bring your hands to your hips and check that they're still squared to the long edge of your mat. Inhale, sweep your arms out to a T, and exhale, push your front arm out in front of you as much as it can go before dropping it down to triangle pose. Hand can come to the top of the shin, the ankle, or maybe to the inside edge of the foot here. Inhale, bring your gaze to the top hand, and exhale, bend through that right leg to bring yourself back up, just to help protect the knees. Keep your hands in a T, and Weasel's blocking, but square both your toes to the long edge of the mat, and then bring your left toes to the front edge of your mat now. So triangle on the other side. Inhale, tip forward as much as you can, and then exhale, drop your hands to the shin, the ankle, maybe the inside edge of your front foot. Arms should still be in a T here in this triangle posture with your gaze to your top hand, straight out in front of you, or even down to your front foot if you need a little extra stability or want to find some ease in your neck today. Inhale and then bend through the front knee to raise yourself back up to arms out to a T, and then exhale, palms to heart center, step to the top of your mat. Inhale here and then exhale, step out again to about 3 feet width with your arms out to a T. Your toes are still pointing to the long edge of your mat. And then bring both your right and left toes to point towards the back edge of your mat. So the back foot is in 45 degrees, just like it was in Warrior Two. Bring your right hand to your right hip and then sweep your left arm to the sky. And then see if you can bring the left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Take your hands in prayer position here. If you need to come back onto the ball of your back foot instead of having your heel down, feel free to do so. Deep inhale here in this revolved twist, and bend through that front leg to raise yourself back up, sweep your arms out to a T, and adjust your feet positioning on the other side. Left foot is pointing towards the short edge of the mat, and your right foot is at 45 degrees, pointing to the short front corner of your mat. Bend through the front leg as much as you can. Try to bring it to a 90 degrees. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Inhale, sweep the right arm to the sky. And then exhale, bring the right elbow to the outside edge of the left knee. Hands to prayer position. Take the twist on the other side. Feel free to come up onto the ball of the back foot if you need to. Bring your gaze over your shoulder. Inhale, and then exhale. Bend through that front knee as you sweep your arms back out to a T. And then inhale to come back up to mountain pose, Samasthiti, at the top of your mat. Deep inhale and exhale here. Inhale, step the right foot back out to about 3 feet again. Both toes are pointing towards the long edge of your mat. Inhale to sweep your arms out to a T, and then exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands to clasp to the outside of your calves, your ankles. Bend through the elbows as you try to use your arms to bring the crown of your head closer to the mat. We're here for 5 breaths. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, bring your torso up halfway and bring your hands back to your hips. And then exhale to bring your torso all the way back up. And inhale to Samasthiti, also known as mountain pose. And in this posture, you can also choose to have your hands at prayer position or your palms to your sides facing forward, kind of whatever feels like the best option for you today. They are both options available for you. Inhale, step the right foot back out again. This time, you're not bringing it as wide as you have before, so it's more like 2 feet, kind of more in the middle of your mat than a big wide-legged stance. And then bring both your toes to point towards the back edge of the mat. You can bring your hands to your hips to help spiral your hips around to the back edge of your mat. Inhale to straighten through the spine. And then option here to keep your hands at prayer position at your heart, or you can clasp opposite elbows behind your back. Or last option, if it's in your practice, you can bring your hands together in prayer position behind your back. So right toes are pointing to the short edge of the mat, and your left toes are in a 45-degree, left toes are pointing to the left back corner. Inhale to lengthen through the spine, and exhale, start to fold over at the torso here, just until you feel a deep stretch in your hamstrings. So if you're having any tightness in your hamstrings, you've been sitting a lot, be gentle on yourself today, and just go as far as your body is comfortable with today. Eventually, one day, someday, we are trying to get our chin to our shin, but for those of us who come from chair postures or sitting in chairs a lot, it seems like a lofty goal. Bend through the front knee and inhale to bring your torso back up. Keep your hands in whatever position you've taken as you rotate on your heels to bring your toes to the front edge of your mat. Left toes are forward this time, pointing to the front edge of your mat. Right toes are pointing to the right front corner. Inhale to lengthen through the spine, and exhale to fold over that front thigh. Try to bring equal weight through both your feet. So if you're dumping all the weight in your front leg, see if you can bring some weight into the back leg as well. Try to push your left hip back and your right hip forward. Deep inhale and exhale. Try to deepen the fold if you can, or if you wish to today. And one more deep breath here. And exhale to bring your torso back up. Release your hands and step yourself back to Salutation at the top of your mat. Inhale, and you can stay at the top of your mat if you can see me okay in this, in wherever your video is set up. So I'm just turning just to better show you, and because I don't want to run into my TV stand. So here we are in mountain pose, Salutation at the top of our mat. Ground through the left foot and inhale to bring the right knee up into your chest. Option to stay here, or if you can, use your peace fingers to grab onto your big toe and extend that right leg into your hand. Couple deep breaths here, or stay hugging your knee. And wherever you are, take one more deep inhale, and then exhale to open up through that right leg. So either using your right arm to pull the knee towards your right side, or if you've got that big toe and you've got the balance, go ahead and open up. You can bring your gaze wherever you are to a neutral focal point straight in front of you, or maybe if you're feeling good here, bring it over your left shoulder. Gently bring it back to bring the knee back in, or bring your toe straight back in front of you. And, oops, shouldn't have tried to do that before getting my balance. And hold it here for one more second. And if you want to, try to bring your forehead to your shin, or if you're grabbing your knee, squeeze your forehead to your knee, and then exhale to release. Shake it out. We're doing a modified series here, so And normal Ashtanga class takes about 90 minutes, and we're just gonna see what we can do in about 45. So ground through the right heel or right foot, inhale, bring the left knee to your chest. Or option to grab onto the big toe with your peace fingers and extend that left leg straight out in front of you. Here for a couple more breaths. Inhale and exhale to open up that leg wherever you are. Find a focal point. And inhale to bring the leg back. Bring your forehead or chin to your shin if you can, or forehead to the knee. Inhale to straighten back up. And exhale, release, shake it out. Well done. We're gonna meet in the top of our mat in the Salutation position here. Take an inhale, drop your hands to your sides to sweep the mat, and come on up to a chair position here. And then exhale back to a mountain Salutation. Bring your hands to your hips and then step your right foot back behind you again in a wide stance, and then bring the right toes to the back of your mat, and your left foot is at 45 degrees. Inhale to sweep your arms up, warrior one. Inhale and exhale. Now, one more deep inhale, and then exhale, bring yourself into a warrior two. So bring the arch of the left foot in line with the heel of the right foot, arms out to a T. Deep inhale and exhale. Now straighten through the front foot and bring your warrior two to the back side of your mat. So left foot is in front and left leg is in a 90-degree position here. Gaze over the front middle finger. And then deep inhale and exhale. And then inhale to sweep your left foot into the warrior one position again. And bring your arms straight up. Warrior one with your left leg in front. Deep inhale and exhale. Cartwheel the hands to frame that left foot. Step the left foot to the back. Chaturanga to lower your belly to the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, go ahead and walk your hands about halfway back, so they're like halfway up on your mat. Bend through the knees. This is just an option for fun. And if you want, maybe try to jump through your hands, bringing your feet straight out in front of you. Dandasana, staff pose. So your legs are extended straight out in front of you. Palms are by your sides. This is an active position, so squeeze your navel into your spine. And legs are active, maybe so much so that your heels are floating off the mat. Deep inhale, stretch your arms overhead, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen through the spine, and exhale to fold. You can bend your knees generously as much as you wish to in this position, which can be especially gentle for the hamstrings and for the low back. Really nice opener for the low back. Inhale to use your hands to walk your torso back up. And then bring your left sole of the foot, bring your right sole of the foot to the inside edge of your left thigh. So bringing your right leg in. Inhale to stretch your arms to the sky and exhale to fold over the left leg. So maybe your hands are just coming to the mat to frame the left leg. Maybe they're coming to the top of the shin, the ankle. Maybe you're clasping all the way around them. Wherever you are on your inhales, try to find yourself lengthening through the spine. And on your exhales, folding a little deeper. Gently, of course. And maybe bring a smile wherever you are in this posture. Inhale to release your hands, walk your torso positioning, bringing your left sole of the foot to the inside edge of your right thigh. Find that length, that length like we did in Dandasana, staff pose. Right leg is active, spine is straight, navel is engaged to the spine. We're inhaling to lengthen and straighten, and then lift your arms up to the sky, and then exhale to fold. Use your palms to walk your torso back up and straighten both your legs straight out in front of you. And then bring the sole of your right foot to the mat, just in front of your right hip. And inhale to straighten through the spine. And then exhale to twist. You might just use your left arm to grab your right knee, or maybe if you have the flexibility to bring your left knee to the outside edge of your left elbow to the outside edge of your right knee. You might find a deeper twist here, wherever you are. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. You're grounding through the sacrum and the sit bones, and the twist is coming from the upper and mid back here. So keep everything on your bottom half as still and stable as you can. The thing I like about Ashtanga is that even though we're doing a modified series today, it is the same series every time. Go ahead and release that right leg. And inhale, bring the left sole of the foot to the inside edge of your sit bone, of your hip bone. And inhale to lengthen through the spine, and use your right arm to grab onto that left leg. Maybe you're bringing your right elbow to the outside of that left knee. But I like that it's the same series every time, so you can really track your progress and see how, with a regular practice, how strong your body can get, and how you can just feel more connected with your body, really. One more deep inhale, and then exhale to unwind. Feel free to shake it out. And then Find yourself in the middle of your mat and bring your soles of your feet to the mat with your knees pointing towards the sky. Slowly tip back. You can bring your hands to the front of your knees to help you tip back, or even to right behind your thighs. We're coming into boat pose. So we're shining our chest forward to the ceiling. You can stay here, grabbing onto the backs of your thighs. If you feel good there, maybe straighten your arms straight out in front of you. If you feel good there, maybe straighten through both legs. Here for 3, for 2, for 1. Exhale, release. Now in Ashtanga, we do a thing where you cross your legs and bring your palms to the outsides of your hips, and after a boat pose, see if you can raise yourself up. Maybe you just get, as you're squeezing your knees, cross leg into your chest, maybe you just get up there for a fraction of a second, but go ahead and do it. Go ahead and try. And then bring the soles of your feet back to the earth, knees to the sky once more. We're coming into boat again. So tip yourself back, tip your boat back. Find that same boat you took before, or maybe try to challenge yourself to the next step further by either straightening your legs, or releasing your hands, shining the light. If you had a Care Bear stare coming from your chest, a string pulling you to the ceiling, just engage your navel. And exhale, release, palms to the mat, cross your legs, and lift. And last time, one more boat pose. You know you love it. And find your edge, whether that's just attempting to release your hands from the backs of your thighs, maybe straightening the feet. We're here for 3, for 2, for 1, and go ahead and release it all back onto the mat. We'll bring our left knee into our chest and give it a big squeeze. And then straighten through that. Oh, I said left. Gosh, I meant right. I am really not. I'm feeling a little dyslexic today, friends. But whichever leg you've taken, option to bring your hands to the back of your calf and try to pull your leg in closer to your chest. And release that side, extend both your legs out, maybe shake it out, and then bring your opposite knee, whichever knee you haven't brought into your chest. Give it a big squeeze. An option to stay here, or if you would like to straighten through that leg and bring your hands behind the calf, and see if you can bring that leg ever so much closer to your chest. You can either bring your head up and try to reach your forehead to the shin, or you can keep your head back on the mat for a little more restorative variation. And exhale, release. Both legs straight out in front of you. Shake it out, give your leg 2. And then bring the soles of your feet to the earth. Knees extend to the sky once more. Palms are behind your hips. See if you can bring your fingertips to touch the backs of your heels. We're setting up for bridge pose here. Deep inhale, exhale, push through the palms, push through the soles of your feet. to bring your hips up, squeeze your glutes, tuck your chin to your chest, and bring those hips as high as you can. We're here for 5 breaths. And apparently my dog wants to go outside. If you can hear him whining, I apologize. Come here, Weez. And because of that, of course, I lost track, so don't hate me, but take your 5 breaths and release yourself wherever you are. And then bring your knees into your chest, give them a big squeeze, and I invite you to take a inversion of your choice. So option 2, simply extend your legs straight up in a waterfall position, keeping your sacrum and spine on the ground still. If shoulder stand is in your practice, I invite you to do so now, or if headstand is in your practice, feel free. Hey, keep holding, keep holding. Come here, please. Come here. Come be my lovely guest. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. And after you've taken about 10 breaths in this inversion, feel free to lower your legs, shake it out, take any last movements you need to, whether that be a happy baby, maybe a reclined twist, or simply head into Shavasana, final resting pose, corpse pose, extending your legs straight out in front of you, palms up to the sky. Try to tuck your shoulder blades together along your back. Tuck your chin into your chest, close your eyes. Relax your forehead. Relax your jaw. Relax your arms. Let them feel heavy as they sink into the floor beneath you. Relax your legs. Slowly begin to bring awareness back into your body. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Make circles with your wrists and your ankles. And then draw your knees into your chest and roll onto your right side into a fetal position, bringing your right hand, right arm underneath your head as a little pillow. Trying to keep your eyes closed if you can. Using your left hand to push your torso back up and make your way back into a comfortable seated position. And we'll close our intro to Ashtanga by bringing our hands to our heart in prayer position, bowing our head to our